A seafood marinara, stuffed fillet of sole, stuffed shrimp, all served with linguine.
I'm Joe the candidate, founder of Lenny's. Come in, enjoy a glass of wine in the house.
There's a Lenny's clam bar and restaurant near you.
Good evening and welcome to another Random Vania, and today we're going to be taking a look at Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, the Gold Edition, and this is a hack done by LevelEngine. And this was originally released in 2016, and over the years there's been quite a few revisions made to it, but all in all, you're in for a hell of a treat if you've never heard of this one before. So you know the drill. Sit back, relax, grab a drink, grab some snacks, because what a horrible night to play some damn games. Alright, during 15th century Europe, there lived a person named Dracula. He practiced sorcery in order to create a bad world filled with evil. Alright, not much has been changed in the opening intro, but I'll leave it running so that way we don't miss anything. But I guess I can keep going on. Basically what this hack does is it gives you new level design, it rearranges the music, it changes up the colors a bit, and I also think there's been some sprite changes as well as some AI changes as well. Either way, it's an all new way of playing Castlevania 3, so that's always good, right? And I'm going to be honest with you, originally we were going to take a look at Castlevania 3, The Illusion, but lo and behold, I actually looked at that one like 6 months ago. But if you want, I will take a look at it. I'll leave that one up to you. If you want to see it, let me know and I'll redo it. And it would make perfect sense, because technically this hack is based off of the North American version, while The Illusion is based off of Akmaju Densetsu Dracula's Curse, and all of us Vania heads know that that's actually a pretty big difference between the two. So, it would kind of make sense. It would almost be considered like two different games. But either way, let me know. If you want to see it, tell me and I'll do it. And with that, the curse of Dracula has begun. The fate of Europe lies with Trevor. Goody. Yeah. Castlevania 3. Yeah, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you had a good week. Hope you're doing really good. Yeah, there we go. I mean, honestly, you can't get more of a badass intro than that. I mean, you got the lightning crash, he gets up, he throws a cloak aside, he's ready to go. And I did actually notice that they've got the full cross there instead of the half cross. You know? And, to be honest with you, that just, it goes in line with the whole censored and uncensored thing, which is something I'm still getting comments about in the Super Castlevania 4 thing. Well, what was censored? What was uncensored about it? Gotta read the description, my dudes. But no, seriously, I guess it's just one of those things where if you weren't born during that time, you might not know about it too much. Or, you know, unless you're like a super nerd and you didn't really dig into it too much. Nintendo had a really, really strict policy back in the early 90s about, you know, like things like blood and violence and religious imagery in their games. They just did not want it. You know, and I mean, like the blood and the violence thing, I can kind of understand. The religious imagery, maybe it's because I grew up in a country that didn't have all that much censorship. You know, that I don't get it, but I suppose it's like the old saying where, you know, you're at the dinner table, you never discuss politics or religion, because there's always going to wind up being an argument later on. You know, and I guess Nintendo was just playing it safe. But I mean, things like crosses and all that stuff, they took it out. They did not want that shit. You know, and, you know, like I said, I guess I can respect it, because if you're not a Christian, you either wouldn't get it, or, I don't know. I mean, the thing is that, I mean, obviously, you know, video games have lightened up over the years, and you've got games where you watch people get, you know, completely massacred and mutilated. You got people dropping F-bombs left and right, but I mean, back in the day, for me and my older brother, when we played Mortal Kombat 2 on the Super Nintendo, we were like, holy shit, they got the blood, and you cut the guy's head off. You know, I mean, for someone my age, and you grew up in that era playing video games, you'll know what I'm talking about. That was one of the big reasons why you know, people gravitated towards the Sega Genesis version of Mortal Kombat. Because once you found out about ABACAB, you know, it's like, stupid sweat? No, now we got the blood. You know, it was a big thing. You know, it's just like me personally, growing up over the years, it's been interesting just to see the way that they have lightened up over the years. Because, like I said before, I mean, for one, I didn't really know too much about the censorship myself because, you know, it wasn't really until, like, the internet came out or you had, like, a friend that was, like, a foreign exchange student that was like, we got a way different version. And it's something that I always like to talk about myself whenever I, like, talk about videos and shit. It's just the differences in versions. And, like, one of my favorite anecdotes was when I reviewed Resident Evil and I talked about the director's cut version, which was hilarious. Because, I mean, like, when I first got Resident Evil and it was in black and white, I didn't know that they changed up that stuff. I had no idea at all. It wasn't until they were coming out with the director's cut where they mentioned, yeah, we're going to give you the intro that the Japanese got, the one that has the color. And you get to watch the guy getting ripped apart by the dogs and Chris Redfield smoking in the intro. It was amazing. And then we got the director's cut and we got none of that. But funny enough, somebody screwed up when they were printing everything to the discs. So when the director's cut came out over in Japan, they got the censored version as well. And the one country that did get the uncensored version was Germany. And Germany's a country that's notorious for censoring their media for things like that. So I just thought that was ridiculous. You know, but once again, it just kind of goes to show, you know, depending on where you are and what area you grew up in and what you experienced, your mileage may vary. Because once again, it's like, like just growing up and without having the internet and all that shit, I didn't know that they changed stuff up. I just figured that that's the way that the game was. You know, but moving on, Dracula's Curse. Whew. Most people generally consider this to be like the best in the original trilogy, and it's probably blasphemous for me to say it. It's actually at the bottom of the pile for me. My thing is Simon's Quest, then the original, and then this. And it doesn't mean that this one's bad or anything. It's just personally I felt that this one kind of overstayed its welcome a little bit. You know, it just gets to a point where at the end of the game you're like, oh my god, is this still going on? And then when you wind up fighting the Cyclops like 3 times, it's like, Jesus, come on. And I do appreciate that, you know, there's multiple pathways. And I even get like the counter argument as to how could you complain about there being more game to play? And it's just, it kind of dragged for me. It's the way that I felt about it. You know, but I still thought the music was great. And I still think the graphics are absolutely beautiful. And this game actually kind of spooked me a little as a kid too. Not to the degree that Simon's Quest did, but it still had it there. Like, my 2 standouts for this is I hated the area with the owls, because eyes in the dark kind of freaked me out. You know, so I go through that area and I'd see, like, the eyes peering out at me. I'm like, I'm done, I can't do this. You know, I'd have to get my mom to help me. She'd play through it again, and then I would take over again. And plus, for some reason, as a kid, I remember playing this in Oakland, New Jersey, so I must have been about like 5 or 6 at the time. And I mean, the timeline does add up, because I think this was released in, what, 91? But I do remember playing this around, you know, there. And just as a kid, it used to kind of scare me that sound right there, when they're getting damage done, it feels like you're not hurting them. You know, it's like those nightmares that you would have, like where, I don't know, did you ever have like a nightmare where you're getting attacked by something and you're hitting it, and it's not hurting it, you feel powerless? That's a way that I feel, especially watching the fucking elevator go down and I can't do anything about it. I mean, what did I do wrong there? I hate these gears more than anything else. The only reason why I even went this path is because I want to get Grant. Because, you know, all things considered, Out of the 3 partners that you get, it's cool that you get partners. I hate Alucard, and I mean, Sypha's alright if you want to have firepower, but at the end of the day, you always want to go with Grant. Especially if you're using the Japanese version. It actually kind of breaks the game a little bit, because you've got Grant who's able to throw daggers instead of just prison shanking them, and then he's got the axe. You can hit an enemy from anywhere. There we go, there's the whip upgrade. Try to get that jump a little bit better. But I mean, the thing about Grant that just makes him totally invaluable in this game is that you can just pretty much go through entire sections and not have to worry about anything. And I know Alucard can fly and all that, but seriously, he's just a big dope. You know, you gotta power up his damn fireballs and they still don't do any damage. It's not like they do better damage. And plus, flying costs hearts. You know, it doesn't cost hearts to, you know, climb with Grant. You know, come to think of it, you have to power up Alucard's fireballs, but you don't get to power up Grant's dagger or Sypha's staff. That kind of sucks. Jesus, talk about not giving you much of a window of opportunity. But I mean, imagine if like you reach like the 3rd tier with Grant. You know, you got like a little sword instead of it, or you could throw the daggers then. That would be cool. Or like Sypha, you know, she gets her whack-a-smack. And then like by the time you've like gotten to the 3rd level, she's got like a board with a nail on it. I'll go with the axe because it's good for the fight up ahead. But I mean, like Sypha, she's got the firepower. Once you get those lightning bolt things, or whatever the hell those blue balls are, like it's over. They do an insane amount of damage. Here come the Medusas. But it's just, Alucard, I don't like to use him. He's just more of a hindrance than a help. Get out of here, you Medusa. Just a big old pain in the ass. Alright, so what's up there? Oh, there's a 1-up, okay. Probably lost that now. I mean, I could probably go back as Grant and climb up, but the way I'm looking at it, it's like you can't get that in your first stop. Ooh. Don't you hit me. Oh, shit. Come on, go, 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 go. You know, but I mean, like I said, the positives about this game definitely outweigh the negatives. It's just, it's not my favorite. And even if it's not my favorite, it doesn't mean that it's bad. Oh, Jesus. No, it's still a very good game. And I mean, I don't mind revisiting it every now and then. There just aren't a whole hell of a lot of hacks for this game out there. Especially ones that make, like, noticeable changes either. Like, there's one called, like, the Carmella hack. And you know what it does? It essentially changes Alucard into Carmella. Wow. You know, I mean, like, looking at these hacks in general, I mean, sometimes it can be a bit of a ball buster to do it. Because the thing is, you know, sometimes it's cool if they change something from pink to green, but, you know, for the most part, I want to see, like, a significant change. Like, something that makes the game, you know, like, a little bit more tolerable, or something that is like, hey, you can do this now, and that makes sense. Or the new level design and such. But for the most part, if it just changes up, like, one sprite, and that's about it, what's the point? Especially if what's the point of a video? You know, at the very least with this one, you get some changes. Huh? All I remember is that Prick killed them? I forgot about that. Please let me help destroy Dracula. For our people. For our people. What will you do? Take him with you? Leave him be. Just because you called Dracula a prick, I'm taking him with. Sweet. This fight is for my family. So after the game's done, he's gonna go home and be a family man. Yeah, this was a good one. I mean, as far as Castlevania goes, for all the releases that they've had over the years, there's really not a whole hell of a lot of games that I'll flat out, you know, like dread playing or refuse to play. And I mean, like, just off the top of my head, like, I'm gonna dread Chronicles. So like I said, the list is pretty short. Prison Shank, that guy. Chronicles, I don't like the N64 versions at all. I appreciate what they tried to do, but the technology just wasn't there yet. I mean, hey, maybe they came out with a hack that actually fixed the shitty camera angles. I should probably take a look and see if something, you know, there's some type of an improvement there. And you know, I'll do that after I'm done doing this. But, I mean, for the most part, I generally don't like the Nintendo 64 version games. Dracula X, I hated. And that's the Super Nintendo version, which I'm always going to call just a failed port of, you know, Rondo of Blood. And people have actually had full-on arguments with me telling me that that's not a port, that it's its own game. And if it was its own game, why is there, you know, two games where you play as Richter? I mean, Simon's Quest is is directly a sequel. And even with Super Castlevania 4, you can make the argument that Dracula reformed and Simon just sucks at putting Dracula away for good. So he's got to go back for a third time. And this time Drac can't escape because the sunlight burns him. He's not just like beaten into dust. You know, you can at least make that argument. But with Rondo of Blood, no. You're playing as Richter again. You're fighting Dracula again. You're rescuing your girlfriend or your wife or whatever the hell she is, and her sister, and the town whore, and the town medic, and the priest daughter, and all that shit. You're rescuing all of them again. You know, just the levels are different. And the levels are different because they could not, you know, do the same job that they did with Rondo of Blood as far as, like, quality. They toned it down. It was a really hacked and butchered port. You know, and I do realize that there's a lot of differences between the two, and that's because, once again, it was a really hacked down and butchered thing. And that's just how I feel about it. Well, I guess a clock is better than nothing, right? Hey, we made it through, right? Alright, so I suppose the pathway that we're going to take is I really don't want to do the whole Misery Mire thing because the crypts just annoy the hell out of me. So we'll take the Cypher route, do the pirate ship across, and then just get going. And I know I've cracked this joke before, but it still makes me laugh just thinking about how abusive these spiders are. They throw their kids at you. You know, that just, it blows my mind. Finish all your dinner, otherwise I'm going to throw you at the next asshole that comes through my woods. You know. But gameplay-wise, I found that it's way easier just to let him throw the kid and crawl back up than it is to just kill him, because for some reason, it takes longer for them to come back again. Like, you got a little bit of a reprieve, but look, you kill them, and then it's like they come back quicker. See? So I've just noticed to let them do that, for some reason, it takes longer. They're always going to reappear. You're never going to get rid of them. So it's just like a little thing to point out, because, I mean, I like to try to impart, like, a little bit of gameplay, like, wisdom. You know, as much as I possibly can. Let this Joker go through. Alright. It is kind of funny, though. Prison Shank, and then Dagger. You know, and I mean, realistically speaking, it does kind of break the whole balance. You know, in the Japanese version, where he just throws the daggers. It doesn't cost anything to throw those daggers. I would actually kind of believe it a little bit if it cost you, like, hearts to throw the daggers. But then again, if you didn't have any hearts, he'd be completely useless. He can't attack. But he's really agile, so he can move around a little bit. You're like, oh no, this guy is coming. Oh, I can just jump over him. I don't give a shit. But, you know what I'm saying? But still, it's just kind of nitpicky at this point. But yeah, the N64 ones, Chronicles, Chronicles just annoys me. And Dracula X is the one where it's just like, ugh. And especially after playing Rondo. I can't believe I just missed all that. What the shit happened? Alright, well I guess here's a gameplay hint that I can point out to you. Because in most of these videos, if you ever see me jumping off stuff, and I whip right before, like right here, you can keep on going after you land. Like the next high platform, I won't whip and I'll show you the difference. But it's like when you jump a long distance and then you land without whipping, you're kind of like, I don't want to say stunned. Oh Jesus, it's nuclear skeletons. These things are ball busters too. It's a nice way to rush you along though. But you're kind of stun locked. Like I'll show you here. And it's not really like an incremental difference or anything, but I've just noticed that it does make a difference for me personally. Because you can just like land and keep on going. And see, that's what I'm talking about with those eyes in the dark. Goddamn things. Spook me as a kid. How dare you. You know, it's one of those things where you kind of have to try it yourself, and I guarantee you, you will notice the difference. Where the hell did that son of a bitch go? Ugh. Alright, and then we gotta deal with, the old Cyclops there. Do I have the dagger? Yeah, I do. I mean, I could try to do the lightning shot with this one. I don't see it going particularly well, because I can never get that timing down. Hey! But I always thought that was one of the cooler things. Oh, balls. Where if you time it just right, you can, hit him with the dagger, and then the lightning will strike the dagger, and it'll take off, like, a shit ton of his health. And I used to think that it was a myth until it actually happened one day. You know, and here's another trick, too, if you got, old Grant here. You don't have to rush. Who knows? Maybe we can... he's dead, so who gives a rat's ass? You know, but point still stands. I think I actually pulled it off once in a video. I don't remember which one it was, because, I mean, after a while, I'm going to be honest, some of these Castlevania hacks are just kind of, you know, they all blend together. Alright. Thanks for saving me. I wonder what she calls Dracula. How long have I been trapped? How the hell would I know? What am I, your fucking biographer? I will follow you if you need my help. What will you do? Nope. At least I can practice my magic some more. Good, then go home and practice your goddamn magic some more. I don't need you. What are the Castlevania games out there that I won't play? That's really about it, to be honest with you. There was that one Game Boy Advance one that I never really wanted to try. And everybody raves about it, too. Like how good it is. I never wanted to try it because I hated the stupid blue outline that they had around them the whole time. Like, aesthetically, it was just annoying to me. And I think I actually looked it up, and they did a hack where they took away that stupid thing. So I might actually take a look at it now. And I know that seems like a really, really nitpicky thing, but it's just... walking around with a big blue outline is just really ugly to me. You know, but I never really played too many of the Game Boy Advance ones. I know I played one. Do I remember which one? Not really. But I do know I played one. I enjoyed the DS ones. As far as like the PlayStation 2 games go, I actually enjoyed what do you call it? The one that's like the very first in the story, like when you play Leon Belmont. I enjoyed that one a lot. And then okay. I kind of want to see what's up there. But yeah, I enjoyed that one, and I never really played Curse of Darkness, you know. And then there's the remake argument, which, like I said, even if I don't like it, it doesn't mean that it's like a bad game or anything. It's just, not my cup of tea. I mean, at that point, like, I hate to say it, you know, because, I mean, once again, you know, like, they're good games, but I wasn't even that big of a fan of, like, the God of War games, or like, Prince of Persia at that point. I mean, they look cool, but it's just, that style's not really for me. So you already had something kind of going against it with that factor. This thing blows up and lays its kids everywhere. Oh, come on. Yes, Taco Bellmont. Really? They like to set these things loose on the steps. But, you know, still, it's... So I admittedly never played Lord of Darkness 2 where you played as Dracula. I'll probably check it out at some juncture now that I got a working PS3. I think that was on PS3 as well. I know it was on Xbox. You know, so I mean, I'm gonna have to learn to give it a shot. Oh boy. Yeah, this is the part where we're gonna need Simon. It's just the prison shank versus these guys just ain't gonna, you know, cut it. I mean, these guys were allowed in the original release on North America, right? And they had severed heads.
Heads? What kind of heads?
Good use of the seesaw. Jesus, I thought I was gonna get hit right there. I mean, so far we're not having a, you know, a terribly bad run. I mean, usually, like I said, this game winds up taking like an hour, hour and a half to get through. Oh, speaking of censorship, I remember the Japanese version. That thing had boobs. But a Medusa. Bye.
What about these pants I got on? You think they're okay?
Bam, 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 bam. You know, normally Grant's supposed to have the X. Son of a bitch. Alright, so I guess now we gotta build Simon back up. I mean, I was gonna just say, like, that's one of the perks to having Grant, is you can just climb up that wall and skip this entire section here. You know, but now I need to get my shit back up again. Well, what are you gonna do, right? And once again, that to me is where I feel Castlevania's real challenge does come into play. It's getting yourself back. Nothing I can do. But it's getting yourself back that momentum that you're losing of having, you know, fully upgraded whip, the sub-weapons and all that. See, and it's funny, because the prison shank kind of stun locks enemies. Kinda. Nice jumping section right there. It doesn't do it the way that the holy water does, but it does a decent enough job of it. If there's anything that I can knock loose there. But no, I gotta build back up, because this is a fight with the stupid mummies and the second Cyclops fight. And I think I gotta win. No matter what, you have to fight the Cyclops for like a third time. And I remember for some reason that just really annoyed me. And I know even the third time, you know, like, well, they had the Leviathan. It's like, well, fuck it, let me fight the Leviathan then. You know, but all in all, like, change-wise goes, you know, you can definitely notice a change. I am actually really enjoying the color schemes that they've gone with in this act. And we got a nuclear flame, man. Gotta watch out for Chernobyl right here. You know, so the changes that were made here, you know, they're really, really good. And they do add some semblance of challenge. Okay, cool, we got full health again, nice. And, yep, here we go. I mean, they could have added another boss, you know? Thanks. Only got like 8 lives, right? I kind of got greedy. I paid for it. Let's see, the same trick works. Well, let's just stab him in the head. Like, there's no way in hell that Trevor would ever make that jump. There's just no way. I love that sound. When the spirits blow up, it's the same gunshot sound that they use in Track and Field 2. I always find myself referencing that game at some odd point. I don't know why. Track and Field 2. Foul! Yeah, go on, Grant. Lead the way. Alright, so... Oh, shit! Maybe I can grip, maybe I can grip, maybe I can, maybe I can. Talk about, like, the worst timing ever. See, that's why I hate that stupid dagger. Is it doesn't even, like, do 1 point of damage. It does, like, 0.5 damage. It does the same amount of damage that the goddamn spaghetti whip does. You know, and you think that you're making some type of, like, headway with an enemy. Like, even the stupid ghost. Oh, shit. Now I know why they gave me all those extra lives. That's all this goddamn dagger is good for, is killing these stupid red asswipes. That's all it's good for. I just killed that out of spite. Yeah, but just... ugh. I mean, other than that, I mean, if you're a product of the 80s, I guess you're like a pro wrestling fan. Have you heard that WWF wound up getting sold to Saudi Arabia? Can you believe that shit? I mean, the last I heard, the deal wasn't finalized, but I can see it happening. I mean, I kind of had hope going forward that, you know, that, like, Vince stepped down and shit was going to change for the better. I mean, I'm sorry if you're not a pro wrestling fan, like, in the least. I mean, I'm really not so much of a fan anymore. Like, I'll watch the old stuff on Peacock. You know, and I've actually been watching a lot of it quite a bit, and it's still as entertaining. And if anything, it actually got me thinking, you know, oh shit, no! But anyways, it actually got me thinking pretty much... what do you call it? Like, I know it's like a thing now where you have like pro wrestlers that like have Twitch channels and they're like media celebrities and shit like that outside of the ring. But I was just like looking back at like all the crazy personalities that we grew up with over the years. And it's just like, God, can you imagine if like wrestlers from the 80s became like YouTubers? Like, it would be hilarious. Like, just listening to them to like cutting promos and shit. Alright. Ah, you fucking fuck! This is giving me a bit of a hard time. You know, but you gotta make sure you don't get so angry that you wind up getting worse. You get mad just enough so that you can, like, do better. I didn't do much better. Well, I guess we're gonna have a death compilation at the end of this video. You know, but it's just like, this is the shit you think about when you can't sleep, because, like, I'm an insomniac. You know, it's like, oh my god. It would be ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Son of a bitch. Well, maybe if they gave me something other than the fucking dagger. Alright, I gotta break the tension here. This is definitely annoying me. See, the problem is they don't put a block right where the stairs are, so if you walk near the steps, you're gonna fall right through. One, two, jump. You know, it seems to the Macho Man that if maybe, maybe Sega had called it the Sega Macho System, it would have sold a little bit better in North America. Because, you know, you've got Mario Mania right over here, but over here at the tippity top, you've got Macho Madness, yeah. Like a Macho Man selling Sega. Like, oh my god, I'd totally buy any like Sega product that was endorsed by Macho Man Randy Savage. Like, within a heartbeat. Alright, where are they only launching two now? Alright, I need a door. That was the biggest crock of shit I've ever seen in a video game. Okay, the timing is all fucked up. Like, oh my god. I need the whip upgrade. That's the first thing. Two, three. I had to hold my breath there for a little bit. Where's the whip upgrade? mind an Iron Sheik video on Castlevania, though. Get that guy on fucking Twitch. Welcome to Sheiky Baby Gaming, and we're going to play the Castlevania, where we go in and we're gonna fight the Dracula, and then we're gonna put him in the camel clutch and break his back and fuck his ass and make him humble. And I mean, you can already tell, like, right away that, like, Hulk Hogan would be, like, a total Nintendo fucking, like, shill. What you gonna do, brother, when Mario Mania runs wild on you? Really? Oh. That's like a minor inconvenience. Really? You cheap shitters. Trying to keep the mood light here. Alright, so let's swatch over and then we're gonna jump up that way. I want to see what this is all about. Maybe it's wage. Okay. I'll call that one a win. Oof. Oh, no, you don't. Like, get out of my face with that shit. Please let there be health. What the hell level am I even playing? Alright, Frankenstein, right? Yeah. You fucking... Unbelievable. You know what, after this sale, I can see a lot more fucking wrestling YouTubers. Yeah, but I don't know, like, I dipped out of wrestling definitely in, like, the 2000s, and I mean, I'll absolutely watch the old stuff. I wasn't really in it for, like, the whole, you know, shock factor or anything like that. I like the bright, colorful gimmicks. I love the entertaining promos, and, you know, it's, as a kid, I was more into the WWF style because, you know, yeah, it was definitely more geared towards kids with, like, the cartoony gimmicks and shit. But as an adult, I'll, like, watch WCW and be like, damn, that was a good match. And to be honest with you, that's pretty much, like, okay. This should be an interesting fight. You know, if I could have just, like, dodged one of those. Just one of those. You know, but for as much, like, pro wrestling knowledge as I have, like, I'm definitely... I wouldn't want to call myself, like, an encyclopedia of the 80s and 90s. I gotta say, though, pro wrestling is, like, one genre that I'm gonna have, like, a real hard time touching as far as, like, the games go. And a lot of that is just because, you know what, a lot of pro wrestling fans are cool, and then a lot of pro wrestling fans are fucking nuts. And, you know, if you find some offense to that, there's a reason why they call fans fanatics. Or why fans is a derivative of fanatic, I guess. But it's just, anytime you've ever, like, tried to have, like, a discussion online, you're always going to get someone that pops in, and they're just, like, either the most brainwashed individual ever. Or just, you don't like their favorite, and they will never shut up about it. I'd have to say, like, the downfall of it for me, honestly, was when it got to that point when people started using the insider terms. Like, you don't like this guy? His work rate is fantastic. And I'm just like, I don't fucking care. I don't like the gimmick, or, you know? That's what I leave it at. Well, you realize that it's all predetermined. Yeah, I know. That's fine. You know, so even though you know that it's not real, and you know that it's all a gimmick and everything, you can't appreciate his work rate? No. Yeah, so it's always been like a weird topic for me. You know, but as far as like shit from the 80s and 90s go, like I love to talk about that stuff, and I can do it all day long. I'll do it with a smile on my face too. You know, but I suppose anybody that's still watching at this juncture, I gotta pre-warn you, I know a lot of people are here, mostly in part due to like Super Castlevania 4 and, you know, like big Castlevania fans and all that, and that's great. And we're going to keep doing Castlevania videos, but I am going to pre-warn you that if you're solely here for Castlevania stuff, definitely stick around, because, yeah, there's going to be more Castlevania videos in the future. You know, I'm going to try to get something out like at least once a week. But just if you see something pop out that's not necessarily Castlevania related, don't flip out and be like, no, this guy's, you know, he's not going to do any more Castlevania shit. We're absolutely going to be doing it at least once a week. It doesn't mean that I'm done with Castlevania, it just means that I'm going to ramp up the production for other stuff as well. Because there was a point when I was popping out like 2 videos a week, and I would like to get back up to that again. Oh, these fucking dragons. Wow. I usually have a lot more trouble with those jerk-offs. It's alright. We did a pretty good day. So yeah, if you see something else pop up and it's not Castlevania, just don't think that I'm not going to do this stuff anymore and be like, ah, great, he's done with Castlevania, I'll just move on to someone else. So we're going to still keep it going. You know, I just like looking at other shit periodically, too. Because otherwise, if you get Castlevania burnout, it's bad for everybody, including me. All right, we're doing this again. Don't throw your boners at me, you fucking creepo. Because I know that we, before we had to take a little break over the holidays and such, I was touching like Sega Saturn stuff. And we haven't done that in a bit. And most of that is due to my own screw up. Because, like, I believe in total transparency. Like, if something gets screwed up, or if we get delayed, I'm going to own it and tell you exactly why it happened. Because, you know, like, I'm one of those people who believes in, like, just total transparency with my audience. You know, just, hey, I fucked up and this is why I fucked up. Because it's a lot more real than coming up with some bullshit thing. I essentially screwed up and I made a bunch of really rookie mistakes. Like I was recording and forgetting to unmute my microphone, or OBS would update and it would change a setting so it wouldn't record something proper. And I had actually recorded gameplay footage for Virtua Cop 1 and 2. And not only did it not record the gameplay audio, but for some reason the game kept crashing. You know, so the recordings were just getting all screwed up. And it was one of those things where it was like, I gotta walk away from this for a minute. Oh, great. Now I gotta go back and deal just as much damage. See, that's what I hate about the Bone Towers in Castlevania 3, is I've noticed that you can't really count on them to throw a set number of fireballs. And that sounds like silly to bitch about, but it's true. Because you get used to it, and like one level they'll only throw 2, and then other levels they'll throw 3. And when it comes to like trying your timing and everything, it'll really screw you up. And I guess, you know, maybe that's a good thing that it's not as mechanical and motherfucking clock. But it's like, here's an example. In the original Castlevania, you can always count on the knights to have the same exact pattern, where they're going to throw 2 high and then 1 low. And I don't think that's the exact same principle with this one. Like, maybe that changes up, but when you have variables like that, it can kind of dick you up. And I'm still waiting for a reason for me to be happy that I have this fucking clock, because I'm not finding one. At least it knocked me to the right instead of to the left. You know, but coming to think of it, I'm looking at this now, and it definitely gives me Stage 5 vibes of the original one, and I love that. Isn't this where I'm fighting Grimmy? I don't think so. I really don't think so. He's like later in. So who's the boss for this level? I really don't know. Because, yeah, you've got to do the stupid thing in the... We had Frankenstein just now. Yeah, I'm not losing that. Sorry. I'd rather lose that. Thank you. Oh, no. How the hell did that work itself out like that? Alright. I take back what I said about the clock. No, wait a minute. I'm fighting the goddamn caskets again, aren't I? Yep, there they are. Got the S&M skeletons. Yeah, see, like that. It's just, I don't like it. Alright, so let's see if we can do something a little bit better. Because the clock didn't have much of an effect. They really want me to have the X's, huh? So yeah, just don't worry about that. And I'm still working on the Silent Hill review as well. I actually have to sit down tomorrow and get back to writing on that. Yeah, it's a shame, and I kind of lament that I'm not able to put out as much as I used to be able to put out. Because when I first started doing a lot of these reviews, you know, I feel that they were much better quality videos in terms of writing. But as far as, like, technically they suck. Like, the audio and the video was and I really wasn't up to par on a lot of stuff. But I was able to put out one a month. And for some reason, I'm just not hitting that same stretch. Where it's taken like months and months to sit down and write these reviews. And I don't know if it's because it's just been so long. Like, I got into a groove and I was doing really, really good. And then I broke out of that groove and I haven't quite hit that groove yet. But I want to start doing those produced reviews again. And I know the reception's been like really, really good for the Splatterhouse ones. And I appreciate that because I was really doubting myself as to how good I could do those things. But yeah, I just kind of had to get back on the, get back on the clock with those. Oh, Jesus Christmas. All right. Yeah, we're gonna need Trevor for this fight. And then we got this thing that's just been crammed into this box, the poor bastard. And it's really just a rehash of your fight with Dracula. Eh, he's dead now with him. Bye. It's really just the same fight though. But at the very least, when it comes on the writing front for the produced episodes, I do have a clear, solid direction as to where I'm going with it, so that's always a plus. And I've also got a clear idea of where I'm going with the next episode as well, as far as what I'm going to play, because sometimes it's like, well, what are you going to do that everybody hasn't done like 50,000 times already? And I've come to notice that a lot of people, like especially ones that try to produce, history pieces are easy, because all you really have to do is just look up the history and then talk about said history. But if you're trying to write a review, especially the way that I try to do them, where there's like a, like a little bit of education, a little bit of, just my own personal charm and touch and shit like that, I guess you can call them like comedic style reviews. I try not to make a lot of the things that I talk about just based off of, feeling, or just, I'm bitching just a bitch, because I always hated that. And sometimes I have fallen into that trap where I've bitched just a bitch, and I don't want to do that anymore. But just like have something where it's like just, it's a little bit funny, it's a little educational, but it's not just I'm making up reasons to, make it funny. But I've come to notice that a lot of people, like when they do these types of written reviews, they don't touch, bigger games. And a lot of it is just because of the sheer amount of work that goes into them. Just sitting down and recording Silent Hill was a bit of a process. It was a good process because I enjoyed playing the game again. I hadn't played it in a while. But it's just like, Jesus, you really got to make sure you're on the ball with this stuff. And then there's organizing it and making sure that everything is, everything's comes through. But I got to get back into that groove again. Because I legit was putting out like once a month reviews. And I feel that they were written well. I just wish that I had better equipment. I stopped for a bit because I was at least able to get like a new camera, I remember. But it was always fighting with the audio. And then I stopped for a bit. I started up a little bit again. And then I just had trouble with Clock Tower. And I had trouble in the sense that it wound up becoming a really, really long video when I should have split it in half. I should have made it a two-part video where I talked about Clock Tower on the SNES, and then I talked about Clock Tower on the PS1. And I can't even get mad at dying right there, even though that was bullshit, but, at least I'm, like, talking about something that's, like, keeping my mind off of going, you fucking spider. No, you don't. Got rid of his ass, didn't we? But yeah, that should have been broken off into two, and then just the way that I was editing it sucked. So I just stopped altogether. And then I tried to bring the stuff back Like, I remember, like, one of my favorite videos that I did was Manhunter New York, which was an old DOS game. And I loved writing about it, I loved talking about it, and I honestly feel that it was probably one of the, like, it was me, you know? Where honestly, I don't put on, like, a persona or an act or something. What the fuck is that, though? But what I'm saying is, like, it felt the most natural. And then when I tried to re-record it with better equipment and, like, better workspace, it didn't gel. This Grimmy fight's a bitch. Ugh. I hope you get that. He does. He's got the cross stuck up his ass. So it's just, yeah, my whole confidence in being able to do it was just totally gone. And then when I sat down and I did the silent, not the silent, I'm thinking Silent Hill. But when I did the Splatterhouse trilogy again, the reception was great. And I felt like, yeah, you can still do it, you know? You know, but it's just, it's rough when, you know, you put your heart into doing this shit, and it doesn't come out the way you wanted it to, it doesn't look the way you wanted it to. You know, you just feel like you're settling, which is what I was doing in a lot of cases. I was just settling. Ugh, bitch. But it was always a fight with the audio. It was always a fight with lighting. You know, and we don't have that problem no more, as you can tell. X-Night dick. I handled them just fine the first time. What's the problem now? There goes all my health. Oh man, if I had jumped over and hit that, you fucking spiders! I hate spiders. You know, tonight I'm going to watch Arachnophobia, and I'm going to cheer when the mother gets burned alive. The mother spider before, you know, meat groups. Goddamn owls, goddamn spiders. Leave me alone, all of yous. No, seriously, leave me alone. I'm gonna need as many hearts as I can get, though. Alright. Alright, how are we gonna get this fucking guy? I didn't even see that goddamn thing there. See, if I had a double shot, this would be so much easier. See, sometimes just having the boomerang ain't enough. This is where we're going to switch to Grant. Ooh. Alright, come on. I can't take any more abuse. Oh my god. Why are the blocks so cockeyed? Oh, Jesus. Wait, the sub-weapons don't work no more? All these vomiting Alright, Grant can haul ass. He's got a whole ass. Go, 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 dude. That's a hell of a change-up right there, is making him immune. Oh my god, no, 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 don't, no, 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 no. No, 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 we gotta switch, we gotta switch, we gotta switch. We gotta switch. Switch, switch, switch. That's a fucking tough fight. Alright, I just need the hearts. Because that's what happened. Did I run out of hearts? No, I didn't run out of hearts. I ran out of everything else. Alright. Watch, there's going to be a double shot when I do this. Alright, here we go. And keeping in mind I can't attack his... You know, at least they're not like heat seeker attacks, you know? Never mind. I think I'm gonna get him this time. You son of a bitch, you. One more hit, you fucking... right in the booger schnaga. The booger schnager? That's a good one. Oh. 2 more to go. What the fuck was those things? I got attacked by legs with no bodies. How about no thanks? I almost walked right into that stupid clock. Two, three. Come on, die, 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 die. Oh my god! You know, it wouldn't hurt him just to lighten up like a little bit, you know? Just a little. Oh my god, I forgot about this part. I forgot about this part to, like, preserve my sanity. Because the setup for this was interesting, and you'll see it in a second, but... My God. What a pain in the ass this is. Yeah, see these climbing parts I wasn't a fan of as well. Oh, I better hurry up. Oh, really? Yeah, this part is, like, without a doubt, one of the biggest pains in the asses ever. You know, there's a part of me that wants to cheat. I should just fucking, I should just download the footage from the last time I played this game and splice it in. You wouldn't even know the difference. You totally would. Come on, you. Are you not gonna drop a double shot that thing, you cheap ass? I got rid of him. Got rid of you. It's just a combination of everything. I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. Unbelievable. All right, here we go. All right, whole ass through this. Don't worry about the legs, even though you never see the legs again. I think the way to get through this, honestly, is going to have to abuse the buddy system. I mean, if the game's going to be cheap, you might as well be cheap back, right? Get out of here with your nonsense, you. Make sure he's not around either. What a nerve-wracking experience this is. Yeah, give me that extra life. Thank you. I think I'm at the right level of annoyance where I'm doing better, but it's not affecting the gameplay. I'm just, like, agitated and done. Gray, yeah. But see what I mean with the inconsistencies? And it's especially not just how many they throw, it's how fast they throw them. Alright, so... Float at your ass. Float at your ass twice. You know, I'm thinking that if I use Grant, I can climb up, but no, because then you're going to be limited by the top. Really? 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 Yeah, I'm not falling for that. But no, that's what I'm thinking, especially in that later part where you gotta go up that way. I got an idea. Whoa, get your pink eye out of here, you fucking freak. And there was another one right there too, thanks. That's great. So it's too much flying shit. See, and that one would have hit me if I hadn't jumped. It was there specifically to wear down my health. But you know what? If the game's going to be cheap, I'm going to be cheap too. So you gotta do. Yeah, there you go. Get the hell with you. Alright, so we're going to kill him. And I should have the timing just right. Yep. Really? Could have used that earlier, but whatever. It's like this game was made by fucking Cobra Kai. No mercy, huh? Mercy is for the weak. Got rid of him. Got rid of him. Alright, we can be safe without getting hit by those. At least that didn't happen again. That was ridiculous. Let's just ignore it. Alright, one's gonna come from down. Watch, the rest of the level's a breeze. Please, wall meat. I hope that guy doesn't jump back out. That would actually kind of piss me off. Alright, the red looks nice, I suppose. You follow me over here. Had to take away my boomerang. But no, the red looks nice, and the windows look nice, and there's another scroll. I hate the scrolling sections for some odd reason. I wonder why. You know what? That might actually be beneficial here. Yeah, take this, you sons of bitches, you. I can't wait to see what happens next. Get out of here. Wall me, come on, yes! Alright, this is gonna be a fucking... Alright, I think the trick is... Yeah, you just gotta drop on them. If you jump on them, then they flip. Why don't you come up over here? I love how even the special weapon disappears. But yeah, that's the trick with this stupid thing. And I think they have like the same set pattern too. Yeah, so you can swatch over and it just automatically resets his move. And I don't care how cheap it is. I really don't at this point. So he just throws daggers? Alright. I want red daggers. But it just halts everything. Good riddance to you, you son of a bitch. And good riddance to this fucking level. Never again. I told you I'd block this out of memory just to preserve what's left of my sanity. Home stretch, though. We're gonna do it. Ooh. Really? They should have just pulled a Castlevania 3 Return of the Flying Shit. Finally, and I'm just done. I'm fighting Dracula with a clock. I mean, I've beaten this game in weirder ways. Let's see what the hell this is all about. If there's like a boomerang here, or the axe. No thank you. I mean, honestly, this Dracula fight is pretty tough because it's endurance-wise, but it's not like too terrible once you figure out how to, the fight works. I need the X. Whew. Now, this son of a bitch. What even is this goddamn thing? I think I'm gonna have to use Grant to sneak past. I could have really used the axes right here. Yeah, it's gonna try to corner me. But what is it's 5 heads in a brain. And it sucks because he's got 4 left. Get your ass away from me. Alright, now this one. You just stand there until the laser beams like start to form, and then just don't be there again. See? Jesus. I almost totally screwed myself right there. See, just don't be there when they fire, or when they land. Jesus. Oh. Whoa! Come on, you son of a bitch. Oh. Come on, you fucker, go! Done. So yeah, Castlevania 3, the Gold Edition. It's got some pluses, it's got some negatives. I mean, on the plus side, it is a fresh new way of playing Castlevania 3. It does bring the challenge back for people that are veterans of playing the game numerous times over the years. But at the same time, as you get near the later parts of the game, it gets kind of ridiculous as far as like the flying enemies go. And I did notice a couple of like design flaws, I want to say. Like, this is one of the only Castlevania hacks that I truly know of where they don't have a brick by the steps, so that when you walk over the steps, you don't fall right down them. This one actually has that, and I had a couple of unfair deaths because of it. I mean, it's good, it's well done, it's an ambitious project, and I've absolutely played worse, but at the same time, as soon as some of those quirks could get sorted out, and the difficulty is not as ridiculous in the sense of not having flying shit all over the place, this would actually wind up being a pretty solid one. Some of the color choices I like, some of them were kind of meh. But, you know, but for the most part, if you're looking for a fresh way to play Castlevania 3, I'd recommend it, but I do kind of want to give The Illusion a revisit, because that one honestly totally blows this one out of the water. And not just because it's the Japanese one and it's the easier one, it's just because from a design perspective and from an aesthetic perspective, it's done way better and it's done way smoother. It's still a good one, but it could definitely use a bit of an update where it just takes away some of those little moments. You know, so it's not bad. I'd say definitely try it out if you're looking for a new way to play. So yeah, on that note, that's just about going to do it for me. So as always, thanks so much for dropping by and inviting me to your evening like this. Hope you have a good week. Thanks so much for enjoying the videos. I'm glad you guys are liking them. We're going to keep more coming along, so just bear with us. So until next time, auf Wiedersehen. Bye-bye now.
We don't need no Castlevania. We don't need no haunted homes.
They really turned the difficulty up just a tad, didn't they? Ugh. That's why I hate that fucking clock. Really? That little thing hurt me? Look at all this flying shit. How can you cope with any of that stuff? This is just not going very well. Even though you know it's there. Oh. Really, how do you function with all this shit? You can't. Like, you need an exterminator. I got this guy. You fucking balloon head. I might as well just dump myself down the cliff a couple of times because there's no way I'm gonna beat this stage with just 2 lives. Alright. Fucking vey. We'll be back for a quick after a quick. Fucking shit, goddamn motherfucker. Oh, and I had the holy water. That's what I needed to kill Grimmy. Yeah, see, honestly, it's not so much that the level design is bad, it's that they're just throwing way too much flying shit at you. Reason, whenever you do the transfer over, it's just busted. Speaking of busted, fuck you. Yeah, stick that sword right up his ass. Unbelievable. Float at your ass. Float at your ass twice. I mean, the colors look good, right? At least you can enjoy the aesthetics while you're getting your teeth kicked in. Yeah, you ghost son of a bitch, you ain't grabbing my ass. What the? Well, now I know where the torsos went with those legs. Oh, the fucking door was right there!
From New Jersey Public Television.